Coming up, it is stories and more after the break.
The Lunchtime News with Lucrezia Millarini.
Good afternoon. For thousands of students in England, Wales and Northern Ireland, the wait for A-level and BTEC results is finally over. But of course, this year is unlike any other, as final exams were cancelled because of coronavirus. Instead, results have been based on grades predicted by teachers and school performance. And while the number achieving an A or above is at an all-time high this year, it isn't good news for everyone. Exam boards have downgraded almost 40% of final results in England, leaving many potentially disappointed. An 11th hour move from the government means if students aren't satisfied, they can appeal to use their mock exam results instead. But with little detail of how that process will work, the government is being urged to correct what many see as an injustice. Our political reporter, Shihab Khan, has more. Well, to discuss this more, we can speak to someone who will definitely be following today's results very closely. Stephen Marston is... And if you have someone you know who's just got their results and is looking for more advice on what to do next, we've got a full guide on our websites. Investigations are underway into the cause of yesterday's fatal train accident in Aberdeenshire. 3 people died when the 6:38 Aberdeen to Glasgow train derailed near Stonehaven following heavy rain and flooding. Network Rail have said they will carry out inspections on other tracks similar to the crash location. And in the last hour, the Transport Secretary Grant Shapps has visited the area where it took place. Rebecca Barry is there for us this lunchtime. The Vice Principal at one of the UK's most prestigious ballet schools has resigned after an ITV News investigation revealed allegations he'd been grooming his teenage students for sex. Jonathan Barton, who worked at Ballet West Scotland in Argyll, has been accused of abusing his position to sleep with pupils at the boarding school his family runs in Taynard. Well, our Scotland correspondent, we will of course have the full report on Peter's investigation on tonight's evening news and news at 10. A new study has suggested more of us than previously thought may have already had coronavirus. Researchers at Imperial College London looked at results from the world's largest home testing programme to find antibodies for COVID. They predict as many as 3.4 million people may have the antibodies for the virus. Well, Chloe Keedy is here. In other scientific news today, the app for Test and Trace is being... Now, for those getting A-level results today, one option they are being urged to consider is nursing. England's chief nurse has called for more of the so-called COVID generation, that is young people whose lives are likely to be impacted heavily by the virus, to apply for training. Well, nursing has already seen a surge in applications during the pandemic, with the increase thought to be in response to the leading role nurses played on the NHS front line. I'm delighted. Now, actors Phoebe Waller-Bridge and Olivia Colman say they are blown away after Amazon donated £500,000 to their... Next, many of us will know someone who got a new pet during the lockdown, but now the Dogs Trust has warned that puppy sellers are exploiting the demand and selling off dogs for record prices, with some of the most popular breeds likely to be illegally imported into...
weekend to help as well.
Claire Calder from the Dogs Trust there. And that is it from us this lunchtime. Charlene White will be back with the ITV Evening News at 6:30, the news where you are follows the national weather. But for now, from everyone here on the lunchtime team, bye-bye. Hello again. Now the main stories in London. People living in Newham will soon trial a new NHS COVID-19 tracker app. All right, Sally with the weather. That's it. Duncan is back here at 6. Until then, enjoy your afternoon. Bye-bye.